Here's an email from the Michelles. These are two lawyers that we met at Brianapalooza at Smoke Junction Cafe last year. Brianapalooza, the event we do before Thanksgiving. Don't call, don't write. We don't know if we're going to do it this year. I don't know if did I mention they're both lawyers because that's important to this story.
Yes.
This Michelle says, I've been listening to the show for about 10 years. Rob's voice still sounds as sexy as it did 10 years ago.
Wow.
Thank you.
It hasn't matured.
Each day, you are my guide to world events, politics, sports, and even Thanksgiving. Tell Christina to hang in there. She's going to be an amazing lawyer.
Oh, she will be. Oh, my God.
She better be. She's my retirement plan. This is from Samantha.
Hi, Samantha.
Says, Rob, my boys and I just want to say happy birthday. My maggots in training and I hope you have the most wonderful birthday. I don't think anyone deserves it more than you right now. You're such an amazing person. Okay. You do so much. Okay.
That's sweet.
Even when people call and they have no idea what they need, but just someone to listen. Well, Liam did not get that on that call. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Samantha. Very nice email.
So sweet.
Cindy says, Rob, I must admit, I didn't want to like you when I first started listening. I thought you were a pompous ass. I am.
Right, he still is. But he's a lovable pompous ass.
However, I vowed to give you a chance. As the days went on listening to you and your wise words, I felt myself moving into a loyal listener. Fast forward to a few years later, I am as loyal as it gets to you, almighty and powerful Rob. For those of you wondering, how do you write a birthday email that gets read on the air? That's a good way to do it right there. Was that a ding-dong?
I think it was a postman that just came.
All right, he brought a load of emails from radradio.com where you can hook over to the Maggot Mall, and we have a competition that is up and running this morning with a brand new Inside Maggot Joke shirt over the use of sourdough as a way to end our various conversations. If you don't know what we're talking about, you already missed the train. It just started last week.
Sorry.
But the competition is this. Brandon, Charlie from Black Dog Graphics, and I are in a disagreement over what the better shirt is, so that you can buy either one, and we'll base the winner all on sales. Two of us believe that the better shirt is just it's a hoodie, a tank top, t-shirt, whatever. We don't care about that. It's got the Rad Radio logo on it, and it just is a loaf of sourdough. That's it, a picture. A cartoony picture of a loaf of sourdough. They're walking around, and somebody sees that, like, what the hell is that person wearing? Or to reinforce what it is, because people are still gonna be like, what the hell? It's the loaf of bread, and under it, in all capital letters with exclamation points, it says sourdough. Because people say, well, okay, well, you got that big of a fan.
It's so repetitive.
So either way, those are the two choices at maggotmall.com, and you have to vote by buying the shirt that you think is better. All right, email us rad@radradio.com, and when it's all done, we'll tell you who the two were, who the one was, and who the winner was, who the loser was.
Now, would it be unfair to put up a poll on Facebook to have people vote on it there, or since this is all purely based off of sales, would it be unfair to do that sort of poll on Facebook?
It most certainly would, and it would be unscientific.
I'm glad I didn't do it yet.
As well.
Because where you put your money shows what you really support.
Right. And what the other thing Brandon's alluding to, people are lemmings, and if they see on social media,
they are.
Oh, then I'm going to do that.
Oh, that's in the higher percent. I don't want to be in the lower. That's why people, when they want to see results first, you know how it gives you that choice sometimes?
Yep.
You do those votes.
Before we get to the regular listener mail, a couple emails just came in. Steven says, blank, yeah, Rob, preach. That guy that called was an idiot. Please read the damn bill. Oh, but the headline's so much more interesting. And Debbie says, Williams for president, thank you for blowing up that douche that called about child molestation.
Whoa.
That word is the best.
All right, let's get to this from Michael.
Hi, Michael.
We were talking about working from home, and yesterday we had the survey of things people miss about going back to the office. And the only thing that got a majority vote was seeing my coworkers, being around my coworkers. Everything other than that, because people are just so now, they went through the process initially of, wow, this working from home thing's a lot harder than I thought. Then they realized, wait a minute, I can get away with a lot more by working home. There's no accountability. And now we're into this phase of productivity is pretty questionable, and people are waking up later and drinking all day. So this story is from Michael. Says, I recently started work with a company whose training is strictly on Zoom, thanks to COVID. After 2 days of no interaction training consisting of getting to know the leaders and stupid questions from the elderly bunch, I decided to cheat the system. I took a screenshot of me on camera, used that as my background, covered my camera, put my microphone on mute, and now I get to lay in bed and eat pretzels while learning how great my managers are. There are
pretzels.
There are hacks like that going on all over. My wife is doing law school remotely, and she tells me endless stories of teachers that are lecturing and not even holding accountable the fact that so many students are just turning their cameras off under the guise of, oh, well, okay, if it's just a lecture, but it's also that there's no accountability. It's like, are you still there?
Right,
I mean, it's so bad. And I can only imagine what's happening when you get into high school and middle school. And sure, some parents are, how great is this? You have to literally stand over your kid's shoulder. Some can't.
Yep.
Remember the guy last week sending a picture of his neighbor's kid? Their computers are on and they're both rolling around on the floor nowhere near him.
And how disheartening it must be for the teachers that really do care about teaching kids and the well-being of their kids, and they've created these relationships and these bonds with their students that just they're not being able to have that anymore. I just can't imagine how hurtful that must be.
And for the kids that are like trying, but they just don't learn that way. One of our goddaughter's good friends, she's that way. And she usually does really well in school. And we asked her, like, hey, how's this at-home learning going? And she shaked her head no. She's like, not good at all. She's like, I've learned that I am not good at this. And it's really sad. Like, I guess they're going to be going back to school for that, whatever it is. I don't know. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday.
The hybrid thing.
Pick your group, your dates. And so she's really looking forward to that, to kind of get back on track when she can at least be at school.
And that'll be taken away from her, too. Then we got this email that says, during a conference call, we heard someone curse and say, I'm tired of this blank, and they disconnected. While it turned out they were yelling at their kids, it brought up a fun discussion of rage quitting in these COVID times while working remotely. Most of our ideas were either sending a company-wide or your boss a blank-off email, or taking your work equipment and dropping it off at your boss's house. My idea was toss your laptop off the street, film a car running over it, and post it on social media tagging your company. I'm not really close to rage quitting, but the discussion was fun since you can't walk off the job. See, in these times now, you got to figure out if you've had it. I mean, that example, the person was just mad at their kids. But if you really had it, how do you quit and make a statement?
Yeah.
That'd be the way.
In these times of remote learning. Those are good. I think you can do better. It also depends on who you're mad at. Are you mad only at your boss? Are you mad at some of your coworkers? We've got this new trend of pooing in people's driveways. Maybe you can mail them all some of your feces.
God.
Hello, Danielle. Good morning.
Hi. I get that a lot, don't worry. But I wanted to call in and tell you guys I'm actually a trainer, similar to how that guy's learning for his company over, WebEx and everything, or Zoom. And let me tell you, from a trainer standpoint, it sucks because I'm on camera, but I can't see any of the people learning. So I have no idea what they're doing or if they're paying attention, if they're even in the room. It's horrible.
Now you know one guy's laying in bed eating potato chips.
One Cheeto. Two Cheetos.
Not listening
It's like
at all.
you're talking to nobody.
Possibly. Because they're logged on doesn't mean they're even paying attention. They're not on the crapper. Who knows? Next email is from Maggot Candace.
Hi, Candace.
She says, it was after about 12 different selfies that I narrowed it down to the one photo that I would send to the Maggot Mall in the hopes of catching a glimpse of my face adorning the hollowed walls of the RAD studios as a cardboard cutout. Less than only 12. That is actually a small number for you women.
One more. I gotta take one
If
more.
I can't get up to 3, then don't take it.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, let me just edit it.
20 minutes later.
No, that's not gonna work. Go ahead, take it again.
I am sorry for all the times I ever put you all through any of that. Best thing that ever happened to me is not care. Everyone's like, you want to see? I'm like, no, whatever. You all figure it out.
Less than 48 hours after hitting send, waiting in hardly contained excitement, my Instagram feed revealed that Black Dog Graphics was ready to ship out a whole new set of loyal audience members and dogs. And there on the bottom left, my cutout. No! Shortly thereafter, I was placed beside bikini-clad, drink-chugging crowd favorite Amber. Is that the bodybuilder? Where'd she go?
So the beer chugger's back here with the bodybuilder.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a party back here.
Right.
In my studio.
And Amber's the bodybuilder one.
No, Amber is the chugging beer.
got it.
Amanda is the
Amanda.
bodybuilder, and then Candace is in another location.
I'm glad the's so many girls in bikinis that we can't keep track of
Yeah,
them all.
remember, to me, she was just drinking beer, but to you two, it was something all else.
Yeah, like Diet Coke.
Candace says, my heart swelled and I screamed when I spied my own cheesy grin, proudly wearing my RAD radio patriotic line, dark gray Razorback tank from my bleacher seat behind Rob. I remember when she was back there. Yes, you've been moved. You've been rotated. Says, it is my goal to meet you all, but I consider my cutout hanging out with you all to be the next best thing for now.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. As we fill up with our cardboard cutouts.
It is crowded.
It is very well, and especially today because my dad and my wife are in the studio as a little surprise.
It's so cool.
Right behind me, but we've got a little bit more room, and some people won't renew their 30 days because you're here for 30 days, and then you get your cardboard cutout signed by us, or you renew.
I mean, and they're well aware, right, that they're not socially distanced or anything.
Yes.
When they get in here.
Well, I mean, it's we are COVID-idiots, so our studios are a super spreader event every morning.
Giggity.
So we also had the beginning of trying to find love between cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
And Eric has written back with an update. So as we go through his update, we'll remind you of what this is. He says, I'm the cardboard cutout that used to be below Chuck the Black Dog's tea bag. So this is when Eric was first in the studio, he was right behind me, and Chuck from Black Dog Graphics has his own selfie that Charlie did actually pay for, I found out.
Aww.
And he was right below him.
So cute.
And so Brandon dubbed that Chuck was teabagging Eric. But Eric was also thrilled because just over his left shoulder was Kenzie, our very first bikini.
Yay,
cardboard.
Kenzie. She's so cute.
And then eventually, and then he wrote in after that, and he talked about. He said, "Well, my cardboard cutout's getting more action than I am because I'm single in 2020." And so tell Kenzie, my cardboard cutout. Blah blah. Well, Kenzie eventually wrote in and said, "Give me his contact information."
Woo!
And so, but once we had full consent in writing, I emailed both of them simultaneously. I said, "All right, guys, here you are. Go nuts with each other." So, and then now we go back to Eric's email.
I hope it's a love story.
Back to Eric's email. He says, I was catching up with Tuesday's show when I heard Rob ask, what's up with Eric and Kenzie? Right, because right now, all we know is that Kenzie's right on his shoulder across from me.
Yeah.
And their cutouts are in bliss.
He's like cuddling her almost.
By the way, is that new, or have I just not noticed the cardboard cutout of Mini Me? But the name tag is Charlie from Black Dog Graphics.
Oh my
That actually was delivered with the initial round of prototypes before we started the whole cardboard cutout campaign.
That's just funny.
And it was just laying around here, and I had him back here, but I thought there was like a little spot over there that I thought would just be perfect for him.
Little is the key word. Eric says, I wanted to say it was crazy getting an email from Rob playing his version of Matchmaker and passing along our info to the both of us. So here's the update. I sent Kenzie an email, including a picture, which, by the way, he sent the picture. Good-looking guy. I mean, his cardboard cutout actually doesn't do him justice.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well,
Good. Told her a little bit about myself. Let her know my interest and that I've been listening to the show since 1999.
Damn.
I ended with saying, hope to hear from you, and gave her all my contact info. And as of yesterday, Wednesday, 2:30 p.m., nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Why?
So 2020, he says, no text, no email, no DM.
Girl.
Saying thanks, but not interested. So I guess it's a good thing I renewed my cutout for another 30 days. At least I can still live through his success on the show.
Now, if he had sent his request or his message via snail mail, then we'd have an explanation as to why she hasn't responded. But, dude, I don't know. You might have been ghosted.
Man, but she wanted his info.
No, maybe she's busy. Maybe she's busy.
Maybe she got COVID and died.
She's quarantined.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I didn't say she's gonna die.
Well, these are all possible. Wow. We're just throwing out maybes. That wasn't a wish. It's not a hope. It is possible.
Maybe she's one of those people that doesn't open her email much.
Maybe.
Like, maybe she's more a texter and an Instagram DM or Snapchatter or something. I don't know.
But if that's true though, here's the problem with that. All she gave me was her email to give to him. So why, if you're not...
yeah, that doesn't work. Check your junk mail or your spam.
Junk mail.
Yeah. So now it's on Kenzie to write us and let us know what's up.
I mean, if there was something in there that he wrote that wasn't you, you at least should email it and go, oh, yeah, it doesn't sound like we're compatible, but we both like the show. Yay. Have a great life.
And always double check the spelling of the email. I'm sorry if you already mentioned that, but maybe something to do.